I'm Janet Gregory.
And I'm Lisa Crispin. Welcome to another episode of our Donkeys and Dragons video chat, where we chat about a testing-related topic for about 15 minutes or so. A topic that has gotten much more visibility in the past couple of years and which we are learning more about is sustainability as it relates to software development. Jutta, Eckstein, and Claudia Melo are some of the first people we know who have been speaking at conferences and writing about sustainability. They did a talk at Agile 2021 on the impact of the Agile Manifesto on our carbon footprint. Jutta's keynote at Agile Testing Days 2021 and the sustainability track that she organized at Agile Testing Days 2022 gave us so many insights. It really inspired us. And we're so pleased they could join us today so we can all learn more.
So let's get to it. The word sustainability it can mean a lot of different things in the context of, well, especially of Agile software development. And we talk about sustainable pace, we talk about climate change. How do you define sustainability?
Yeah, so the problem is really that the meaning is often not so clear, but the way that helps us in our professional life, and this is the definition we are going with, is based on what's called the 3-pillar model. So it goes into 3 different pillars. One is social aspect or the people aspect, where you look at, for example, things like diversity, inclusion, accessibility. So, and even if you hear accessibility, it sounds like software already, at least to me. It is. And the second pillar is the environment or the planet, where we look more into what can we do with the software to, well, on the one hand, not to harm the planet. So have a low carbon footprint and be aware of the carbon footprint of the software that we are creating. And then the third pillar is the economic or prosperity, which is about improving lives and prospects of everyone everywhere. And not all software that we are creating is really doing this. So we also need to ensure that what we are developing is really helping people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. What I like of this definition we are embracing of the 3 pillars is because we really want people to look at the topic in a holistic way. So not only trying to optimize parts of it, but try to look at it in these different pillars and try to navigate the trade-offs and, what can emerge from the 3 pillars. So the innovation that we need to see. And personally, I think this fits perfectly in the Agile mindset, because from my experience working with other people, other teams outside of IT space, in the agility space, is that sometimes the teams lack some of the knowledge and the experience we have of navigating complexity. So I think when you are talking about pillars, different pillars, that you need to make trade-offs, that you need to investigate, that you need to find new solutions that will emerge from the process of inspecting and adapting, I think Agile comes perfectly, nicely to help teams to navigate that and to be able to innovate. So that's why I think we are working with the combination of Agile and sustainability, because of this power that comes with agility in this sense.
I really like that, the way that, because I think that if you look at each of those pillars individually, a team will say, yeah, we're working on the people aspect of it, and they don't ever think about the others. But there is trade-offs, isn't there? Yeah.
Many in different levels.
I'm excited of how many conversations that this model is already generating, and it's quite wide-ranging, and it's a complicated and complex set of topics. And Janet and I have been talking about sustainability as another important quality attribute. So we talk about things like reliability, accessibility, security, performance. Do you see this as another quality attribute for software products?
Definitely, actually, I think it is another quality aspect. However, the things that you have mentioned, a lot of them I would regard are part of sustainability as well. Like reliability, security, privacy, safety, they are all really part of that, what I would think more of the social dimension. so the social pillar here.
Mhm.
And well, Claudia and Steve Hollier and we
Mm.
have also developed a survey, an assessment where teams can look where are they standing in terms of sustainability. And I'm bringing this up because what we see there when we run that most often the teams are quite far with their thinking around stuff like privacy, security, and so on, but not so far at the other pillars. And
Mhm.
well, on the one hand, it tells me there's a lot of work to do. On the other hand, it also tells me, well, people have managed to shift their minds around like privacy and so on in the past 5 to 10 years.
Mhm.
Why wouldn't it be possible to also do the same thing around like the other two pillars?
Mhm. Well, that makes a lot of sense. I hadn't thought of it as an all-encompassing attribute, and a lot of other things fit in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a new thought for me too. Um, I'm sitting here as I'm making notes myself to just try to think about how does that fit in. So
Another aspect I think of that, thinking about sustainability as a quality attribute, if we think again security and sustainability, when we see how people are addressing security on a more pragmatic level in a team, they have ways to tackle the topic from the beginning when they are in the concept phase. They have other ways, to work with the BAs and the acceptance criteria in the stories. And so the whole life cycle is covered by different principles and practices that are more tangible. And we are discussing the same way. We are developing that actually, how sustainability champion or sustainability practices or sustainability, how we can think the whole chain of software development and other things around it, how we can innovate in practices that we make sure that we are taking care of this from the beginning to the end, from the concept to operations, and how to connect the dots with the other things that are happening in the landscape, in the other companies, in the other communities that are working on that.
yeah, it's my head's going in a million different directions here. So a quick question for you is on the slide that we showed at the beginning, you had a couple of website sustainability. So can we go there and learn more about it and these pillars? So is that where we would find information?
Definitely. So what Claudia and I have written so far, I think all of it you will find under like the Eckstein /sustainability website. So this is where I would say everything comes together, where there's also a link, by the way, to that survey. And we, of course, invite everyone to take it and see where you are and what could be your next step with your team.
And so roll the video back and look at those links and then go learn more.
Actually, at the end of this, we will redisplay that slide.
Okay.
And then people can capture it. So that'll be
very cool. Yes. Yeah. And then there is that other thing that Claudia and I, together with some other people we are working on, is the Agile Sustainability Initiative from the Agile Alliance, where we also offer like information and where we keep working and making progress, what we can do to help the Agile community to make their next step. So, which is under the umbrella of the Agile Alliance.
Good.
Are you planning like additional events with the Agile Alliance around that, or incorporating it into their conferences? How's the Agile Alliance supporting that?
Very good question. So yes and yes.
Okay.
So on the one hand, the yes is already that Maurice Meinen, who is also co-chairing, I think it's co-chairing the Agile Sustainability Initiative of the Agile Alliance, and she has supported already this year's XP conference and Agile 2023 conference and bringing in the topic. And in various ways. So, it is like also, which is part of that discussion that there is the Scotland experience for the Orlando conference, but then there's also at the XP conference, there's really a huge track on sustainability, which is also coming back to the work that Maurice has put in there. And then the other thing is that we still see that there is so much else going on that we think about running another minicon, so which would be an online conference on the topic of sustainability with the Agile Alliance.
Now that you had one before, right? I remember seeing one with Steve Holyer and really cute penguins.
Yes, very true. Wherever there are penguins, there is Steve, all the other way around.
It's like the donkeys and Lisa, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Very good.
All right. So I have a question. Do you, because this is a testing focused kind of video, do you have any suggestions how testers could support effort to improve sustainability?
Yeah, for sure. I think the first suggestion I would make to any person working in a software team, because this is so new and so, the landscape is so huge. As a tester, member of a software development team, you can champion for the topic. So I think our assessment is a very good first step, because you can have conversations about that. You have even a vocabulary to start some conversation. So you can use the assessment, provoke the team, and then increase the awareness, because this is our first goal. Increase your awareness, then you investigate more in different areas. Another possibility for the people that like to hack and go more, coding or testing or, optimizing some VM somewhere. I think the testers can also have this role, because ICT is projected to consume a lot of energy by 2030. So it will consume around 20% of the overall energy globally.
Really?
So we have a lot to optimize to reduce that. So it means that understanding more about our carbon footprint. Of course, carbon footprint is only one dimension of all of this, but carbon footprint is another possibility, let's say, to make some progress, to take concrete steps. So one thing that for testers as a resource and practice, there is the Green Software Foundation, and they are working with a bunch of people in other communities as well to provide some principles where people can understand carbon emissions. What is this? How we can measure this in a software world? Is it about electricity? Is it about hardware? Is it about what? And then they are giving some directions on how to measure it. So having a baseline, okay, this is our footprint right now, and now we start investigating where we can optimize, let's say, performance issues. And then you can see the improvement with that baseline and that measurement. I'm not saying that the measurement is perfect, rounded. It's being created. It's being evolved by this community. So it's new. And it's nice because you can follow what is going on and what is emerging. Yeah. But then you can innovate in your team, and you can help probably your CTO or CIO in your organization to report these reductions in carbon footprint coming from the tech team. So I believe that this is also very, pragmatic option for people that want to start, applying some concepts and some possibilities.
I want to jump in. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I want to jump in with this report, because I'm not sure if this was clear enough, because a lot of companies start already or do report on sustainability progress on what they are doing. And what's often missing, at least this is what we are seeing, that this is not really connected to what the teams are doing. So very often it has more to do with, do we reduce our company cars, or are the company cars maybe now all based on electromobility, or are we
less travel?
Yeah, right, less travel and so on. But it's not so much connected to what's the value that's created by the teams. And so what Claudia just brought forward was that thing where you can actually connect what's happening in the team with that overall sustainability report that some companies are doing already.
So interesting.
I like the idea of having principles to guide you, like just like the Agile principles. It's like you don't know what to do next, but go back and review the principles and let that help you decide what to do.
Yeah,
For sure. So should we be wrapping this up, Lisa? We're hitting the 15-minute mark. It's so fast.
It's such a great topic, but I hope people will learn more about it. I sure plan to learn more, and looking forward to more sessions at conferences and things like that too. So, and online events. Awesome.
So now I have to go and find it disappears on me all the time. Is my the little bar. Where's my bar? So I can show the screen again so people can find out where it is. It disappears. It hides.
I do see more. I've been helping with reviewing conference proposals for a couple of conferences, and it's nice to see more proposals coming in on sustainability related topics.
Yes. Well, actually, while Janet is searching for that, the thing is what I think we need to be aware of is these two different ways of looking at it, which is sustainability by and in Agile. So it is what we mainly talked about right now was really in Agile. So because there is this carbon footprint, or maybe the software isn't accessible enough, or maybe it does harm or anything like that. But you could also think of using the Agile practices and values for implementing sustainability. And there's a lot of going on there as well. For example, you could work for or donate your time for the Developers for Future or anything, that there's a lot going on there as well. And I hope I helped you, Janet, to find.
Yes, yeah. So I'm just going to share the screen again.
Very good.
You lose track of with your windows open and things like that. Sustainability. How many windows do you have open at one time? Does that affect your carbon footprint? I have no idea.
Actually, it does.
Oh,
there we go. So how can
we
change
my ways? Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. How much does it affect it? That having a lot of windows open? Kind of curiosity.
At least, yeah. I don't have any numbers, but I can tell you right away the more I have open, the noisier gets my my laptop, because it keeps working more, and I guess that's true for everyone. And so you find already out that the carbon footprint increases because of that. And there are measures out there, but I don't have those numbers at the top of my head. Yeah,
but it's little things like that we have to start being aware, right? All right. So this, you should be able to see the screen, and you can see the links now. So wrap it up, Lisa.
Oh, am I supposed to wrap it up? Sorry.
I don't know.
So yes, get in touch with us. We have a new ebook out available on the agiletestingfellow.com website. So check that out. We'd love to have you subscribe to our newsletter and check out our blog posts on agiletestingfellow.com, and get in touch with us anytime. And we'd love to talk about sustainability or anything else. So just get in touch and look for the next episode in about a month or so.
All right. And with that,
thank you so much, Jutta and Claudia. This has been a great honor to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So now I'll shut it off and stop recording. Take care.
Bye.